the goal difference. A really interesting but ultimately frustrating game here at the Etihad Stadium. It has ended City 0, Arsenal 0. Well, let's go back to the studio and we can hear from Paul Dickov, Shaun Goater, Kolo Toure and Cel.
So there we have it, full time at the Etihad Stadium. It felt like a game of chess. It was end-to-end at times, but it is all square. No one could quite do enough to secure the 3 points, so it's finished Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. Alongside me in the MatchDay Live show studio, Kolo Toure, Shaun Goater and Paul Dickov. As we know, an ever-animated Pep there at full time, giving some instructions to Jack. Great to see him back on the pitch, though, of course, after coming back from the injury. Kolo, what do you make of that game?
For me, I just felt like Arsenal was coming to have a point today, and I think Arsenal will be the happiest team, because you've seen. I saw that we all saw that City was pushing. City wanted to win the game more than Arsenal. I think Arsenal they were thinking about not losing that game today. And their game plan has worked very well. They create few little, I won't say chances really on set pieces. They were quite dangerous, and that was the only thing they were really looking for. But yeah, I think City tried everything today. The only thing I was a bit worried with City was at one point, you know, it was not enough bodies in the box, if I can say, you know, to be able to score goals, because we see Arsenal had almost 6 players, you know, in the back line, and it was really difficult to score, and it seems like it was only Haaland in the box most of the time.
Yeah, very, very tough for us to get on the score sheet today, Shaun. We saw a wry smile there on Arteta's face, and I asked Kolo at half-time who might be the happier team and manager. They just feel at full-time the point more suits Arsenal than it does City. You could see at the end as well there, the boys in blue on their kind of haunches. Akanji hit the floor straight. We tried hard, but do you think they're going to be disappointed to not have got the win today, Shaun?
Yeah, City will be disappointed, because, you know, City's going to win the game. They approach every game, you know, to win the game. Arsenal have done a good job, as Toure said. They've come here to get the draw, and at times playing a break. And in particular, I thought Declan Rice played very well for them in the midfield there. But it was going to need Arsenal to perform really well to keep City at bay. The disappointing thing is that we really didn't test Arsenal's goalkeeper with the amount of possession we had, and as Kolo says, in terms of when the ball was in wide positions, I think there was a consciousness of not being caught on the break. So whilst it was in good positions to maintain and keep the ball, it was a case of, do we have enough bodies in the box to be able to create their chance or score a chance? So I think it was a consciousness of not being caught on the break as well.
Paul, what's your analysis of it? Because you know, I was really hoping we would get those 3 points. We haven't done again, like Shaun says. Didn't feel like did we do enough to maybe, you know, get a goal and create those chances. I wondered what is your analysis of City's performance over?
Yeah, I thought second half was so much better. I thought they dominated the ball more. I thought they were a lot sharper. I thought in the first half Arsenal were really happy to get into a shape, and I don't think City kept the ball but didn't really move the ball quick enough without moving the defenders out of the space that were in a little bit. But second half they upped the tempo, the passing, and went a little bit more incisive in their passing, looked forward a little bit more. And then I thought when Jack Grealish came on and Doku came on, it gave them a completely different threat, you know. And Phil's been outstanding, Bernardo's been outstanding, but they're not wingers that hug the line.
Of course. You
know, but then Doku went right out in the right wing, Jack down below is here right out in the left, and it stretched Arsenal's back four a little bit to come out, and we started getting little spaces. But, you know, like Shaun and Kolo both said, possibly that Ray has not really had a save to make. You know, there was a couple of chances when Erling miskicked it at the end, a couple of headers. But it's just a frustrating afternoon, but, you know, still 27 points left to play for, you know. And Arsenal, I believe, wanted the point, got the point. Great clean sheet for them. There's not many teams that come here and get that, so they'll be more happy with that, but let's not panic yet.
Let's not panic yet. All right, thank you, Paul. Needed to hear that. Right, let's go down pitch side. FG is alongside Nicky Weaver, who's in the commentary team today. Let's see what they made of the game.
Yes, thank you. Full time here at the Etihad. Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. The players on our left-hand side on their knees. Both teams gave it their all, didn't they?
They did, and they cancelled each other out. I think you could see how important the game was to both teams. Nobody wanted to lose it, and none of us expected a 0-0 draw, but that's exactly what we got.
Well, we all predicted goals, and we didn't actually get any goals, but what we did get was some key battles. I want to talk to you about Josko Gvardiol, because he was really, really good there today, wasn't he?
Yeah, for me, he was man of the match today. Probably the best performance I've seen him have in his City shirt. He looked good going forward early on, and then, you know, it was solid all afternoon. So, yeah, well played to him, but it was certainly, you know, defence is on top today.
I mean, looking at the title race, it's pretty much as we were then with us two joining. Of course, Liverpool getting a win today as well. We have a 3-horse race here, don't we?
Absolutely, but, you know, we certainly can't afford any more slip-ups. And, you know, Liverpool, I think, are the big winners today. They'd have been delighted with a draw. I think Arsenal, you can see their fans over there, they're delighted with a point. You know, it wasn't a must-win game for City, it was a mustn't-lose game, and we haven't done that, but yeah, we can't have any more slip-ups, that is for sure.
We can't indeed, and then we look ahead towards Wednesday, Aston Villa at home, which is a huge, huge game, isn't it now?
Yeah, every game just gets bigger and bigger, and like we said, you know, they're pushing for 4th place. We can't afford any more slip-ups, we can't let that gap get any bigger at all. We've pretty much got to win almost every game of the season now to win the league, but yeah, it's going to be a really tough game because Villa are going well, and obviously the reverse fixture early on this season was a tough game, so yeah, we need to get back to winning ways.
Well, if there is a team who can win every game and go on winning streaks, you would always back the Premier League champions, the champions of the world to do that, so it's definitely all to play for.
Yeah, listen, I always say, you know, whatever position City find themselves in, whether in front, whether they're level, whether they're behind, they've won the Premier League from there, so hopefully they can go and do it again. But yeah, it's going to be really tough because you're not just chasing one team, you're chasing two now.
And also a nice moment just behind us, you can see Jesus catching up with Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. He came off and he got a good reception as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and he deserves it. You know, he had several cracking years here, won pretty much every trophy going, and he did get a good ripple going off, so it shows the fans appreciate what he did for the club.
Absolutely. Well, let's head back. Nicky, thank you for joining us on Co-Coms, and of course, all you stuff pitside. Let's head back to the studio.
We're going to take a look straight away at the current Premier League table. So that's after this weekend. All still so tight. So Liverpool now top, of course, the happier of the three teams after they beat Brighton earlier on 2-1, 67 points with a goal difference of 40. Arsenal then in second, 2 points behind them on 65 points, and then us a point behind Arsenal. I mean, it's so hard to call here, Kolo. I mean, how can you see these next 9 games going? There's still going to be points dropped, isn't there, I think, between now and the end of the season?
Absolutely, absolutely. And for me, I think in that moment, if you want to be the winner at the end of the season, you have to make sure you focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Focus on the game you're gonna play. Just win your games. Perform well, win your games, and then you see what happens from the other team. Don't focus on the other team because you cannot control that. Yeah. You have to do your job. You know, and I think City is used to that. They will do the job. They will keep winning games. They will keep fighting to make sure they don't drop points. I think Liverpool and Arsenal, they are the one who will be challenged because, you know, they're not used to that in the recent year, if I can say. The pressure will be on them. You know, keep performing, keep winning their matches, and don't drop point, because as soon as they're going to drop the point, the pressure will increase. And then City, we know City is used to that. Like I said, they will just keep going.
Is it? I mean, I don't know. You probably always want to be top of the table. But I also like the idea of City having to chase. But what Nicky Weaver said there was almost, we can't lose a game now. Do you feel that's right, Sean? We more or less need to try and put one of those winning streaks together, which we've seen them do before.
Yeah, City's very capable of going the remainder of the season and winning every game. I think there'll be some, you know, the players will be upset in terms of internally, but that'll also be the motivating factor for the next game, and realizing this feeling is not a feeling they're used to having. I mean, these players only have this feeling once or twice, at most 3 times a season, where they have this sort of feeling where it feels like a loss because you're going for the win and you end up getting a draw. But City's capable, very capable of going on and winning games, and Kolo's right in terms of just focusing on City and you know, not even thinking about who Liverpool play and who Arsenal play. It's who we've got, play that game, win that game, and then go to the next one. And it really has to be just that focus.
The conversation, Paul, particularly around City fans, I think Pep mentioned it as well in his pre-match interview, talked about how not winning today would kind of really put a big knock on us maybe trying to secure that 4th Premier League in a row. Do you think that is the case? The fact we didn't win today, has it just become a lot harder?
No, just become harder. Liverpool won, you know, so they're the ones in the box seat now. But you know, we said before the game, and I think we all sort of agreed that teams will drop points between now and the end of the season once the pressure starts kicking in. And you know, Kolo and Shaun are right. City, over the last, well, they just won 3 in a row, 5 out of the last 6, and all they've ever done is concentrate in the next game. They've not looked at anybody else. They're in that mode where they know this stage of the season what it takes to go and win it, whether that's coming from behind or whether that's leading the table already. And possibly Arsenal and Liverpool, they've not got the experience of doing that. You know, so that might be playing in their minds a little bit, but you can only take care of what you do yourself. You know, if Liverpool or Arsenal now win all 9 games to the end of the season, you've got to hold your hands up and say well done. But yes. I still think there's a few twists and turns yet, and the one team that's capable of going and winning 9 games in a row, as we've seen the last 3 or 4 years, is Man City. And that, I guess, will be in Ronnie's in City's minds, but that'll be something Arsenal and Liverpool and Klopp and Arteta will also know, Kolo.
Absolutely, absolutely. The pressure is on them. Pressure is on Arsenal. The pressure is on Liverpool because they know City is a machine. You know, you don't give anything to City because they will keep performing, they will keep fighting until the end of the season. The players are used to that. Pep don't have to talk a lot to them. No. They go in the dressing room, they feel, oh, we lost 2 points today. Okay, let's focus to the next game. You could see they were not hungry there. They were, of course, not very happy because they pushed, but you could see they were talking. You know that they have no pressure. They know that it's still a lot game to go, and they know they will perform. Is for Arsenal and Liverpool to just, you know, keep the composure and focus in the games and win every game they're going to play.
City know what they've got to do, but Arsenal and Liverpool will be looking over their shoulders.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's always what we like as well. We'll be chasing. Right, we have got a FA Youth Cup preview. Our under-18s are in action. So here is a preview of our game ahead of Tuesday's FA Youth Cup game against Bristol City with Matty Warhorse and Matty Henderson-Hall.
Jacob Wright, what a moment for City's number 6. Surely now on course to book a place in the FA Youth Cup semi-finals.
We're in the semi-final because of the way we play, so I think like, if we just keep playing that way and play our best, then we can just show them why we're one of the best teams. I'll do my best and just like help the team out, but I feel like we'll do good because we've got a strong team, so hopefully we win. Us winning it will like mean that I've done something for the team. I feel like everyone in the team's done a lot, so you know, I feel like we have a big chance of winning. Like the way we just keep the ball, and then it just sometimes it triggers teams to like press, and then we're used to like playing against the press. So after we beat that, we're just onto our attackers who are really good, like Big Matt, Matty Warhorse, Farid. If we just keep playing like that, then we'll just keep winning games.
So I'm so excited as a team, you know, semi-final. We've been looking forward to it, we've been preparing for it obviously, and you know, like what we've heard, they're a really good team, physical, but you know, if we play our way, then hopefully we'll get the result. You know, my first goal in the competition against Watford, I think that was really, you know, a really good moment. But as a team, you know, the top numbers especially, it's like coming from behind and winning, that was, you know, really good for the team. You know, the morale, and you know, I think it'll help us in the next game. Obviously the target's to win it, and that's what we'll, you know, hopefully we'll do our best to do that and get the trophy, which will be nice. It's always nice in front of the crowd, especially like some of you know, your own fans. It's like a bit of atmosphere, you know, gets you going a bit, gets you excited for the game, and you know, I just love playing in front of the fans. It's really nice.
Details there, FA Youth Cup, Manchester City versus Bristol City, Tuesday 2nd of April, 7 o'clock UK time. Now, as we know, this show is all about you, and a couple of shows ago, I launched a competition for you guys to have the chance to win a signed Manchester City shirt by Julian Alvarez. My model at the end here has got it, that very shirt, and I can now reveal the winner of the shirt with that signature on there of a World Cup winner and 5 times trophy winner this season, Julian Alvarez. Kimberly Lloyd from Fairfax, USA. You have won the shirt. Congratulations. We'll make sure we get that over to you safe and sound. And surely you can either wear it or get it framed. But massive congratulations on winning that. Now, before we do a quick look to Aston Villa, we had a question come in, Kolo, which I have to ask. Yeah. It came from Mark Thompson. And of course, you'll know the iconic song that City fans loved for you and your brother. Yeah. He wanted to know, have you ever done that chant or song at a family party?
Go on, say yes.
No. No, at the family party. But we've been doing that, I think, when we were together in City. Yeah. You know, I think there is a video where we are, you know, kind of chanting, you know. But, yeah, great song, love it. And it's been changing a little bit, which is I'm not very happy with Haaland one. I'm like,
You can't beat the original.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, keep the original.
The original.
That's it.
That's the original will never be beaten.
Thank you.
Sean, quick look ahead. I mean, as we know, every game now important, must win. Aston Villa next. They're pushing for top 4 as well. Unbelievable season.
Yeah.
Unai Emery. Not going to be an easy game.
It won't be an easy game. It'll be a tough game. I think he's got Aston Villa playing really good football. They got belief in the way they go about things. But this team is City, or a team is. They'll come to that game and they know what's ahead of them in terms of not only Aston Villa but the games beyond, and that there's no room for errors in terms of a draw or losing. And I think the players will know within itself. I think it's that game there. Pep will not need no great motivation. I think he'll just put the table up and say, this is what we've got left, this is where we are, what you want to do about it.
Absolutely. And I guess as well, seeing Jack Grealish come on there as well, Stones fit enough to make the bench. Obviously, we know, unfortunately with the Walker injury, but seeing a full squad hopefully come together, Paul, that's going to be key now, especially then with Champions League and FA Cup as well.
No, exactly. We've got a tough run of games coming up. Villa, Palace, and obviously Real Madrid, which is huge. Chelsea in the FA Cup return leg, and the run into the season, so the squad's going to be massive. But on a personal note, I was delighted to see Jack back out there today and looking sharp, creating things. Yeah. So he's going to be the man for the run-in.
Love that. Well, let's wrap it up there then. I want to say a massive thank you, as always, to everyone for watching at home, and a massive thank you to my guests, to Paul Dickov, to Shaun Goater, and so great to have Kolo Toure back in the studio. Full-time was Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. Aston Villa next. I'll be with you for that as well, alongside Darius Vassell and Martin O'Neill, so that's sure to be a cracking show. Make sure you tune in an hour before kick-off. And we're going to leave you with this, because our ePremier League team, they won again last weekend in the eSports competition, so we can now take a look back at their win. It's the second time City have won the competition, so massive congratulations to our players. Thanks again to my guests, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Good night.
Just 2 legs stand between our players and the trophy. Let's start the grand final.
Manchester City against Brighton.
Big game feel.
Watch Haaland.
Here he comes in, Erling Haaland towards that front post. Manchester City!